Have you ever noticed how just when things start going right, something in you panics? You get the job you wanted. You meet someone amazing. You finally feel at peace. And then, almost like clockwork, you do something to ruin it. You start fights. You procrastinate. You overthink. You disappear. It's not bad luck. It's not coincidence. It's self-sabotage. But why? Why would we destroy the very things we've been praying for? This video found you for a reason. It's for the part of you that keeps getting in your own way. The part that keeps you from the happiness or success you say you want. Psychologist Gay Hendricks calls this phenomenon the upper limit problem. It's the idea that we all have an internal thermostat for how much success, love, or happiness we think we deserve. And the moment life goes beyond that threshold, our unconscious mind pulls us back because anything more feels unsafe. Not wrong, unsafe. We start to believe this can't last. I'm not worthy of this. Or worse, something bad is going to happen. Carl Jung, one of the pioneers of depth psychology, once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." That's what self-sabotage is. It's not clumsiness. It's not just bad timing. It's a script written by wounds you haven't healed, silently guiding your hand while you think you're in control. Think about it. How many times have you pushed away the person who actually loved you, but kept chasing the one who hurt you? How often have you delayed your dream project until it felt like a burden instead of a joy? You say you're afraid of failing, but the truth is, you're more afraid of what it means to succeed, because success demands a new identity, one you haven't yet accepted. The most dangerous thing about happiness is that it threatens your narrative. If you've always seen yourself as broken, abandoned, unlucky, then joy becomes the enemy. Not because it's bad, but because it contradicts the story you've told yourself to survive. And here's where Alan Watts comes in, a British philosopher known for translating Eastern wisdom into something the Western world could feel. He said, "You don't look out there for God, something in the sky. You look in you. Your resistance to happiness is not about the world being unfair. It's about you not knowing how to live without your suffering. Because suffering became your identity." Watts also said something even more confronting. We cannot be more sensitive to pleasure without being more sensitive to pain. Which means, to truly allow joy, you must also allow vulnerability. You must risk losing it. You must risk being seen. And that's terrifying for someone who's built their life on defense. So when love knocks, you run. When opportunity shows up, you delay. When peace arrives, you sabotage. Because you are addicted to what is familiar, not what is good. Carl Jung called this the shadow, the parts of yourself you repress, deny, or reject. You think the shadow is only your rage, your jealousy, your fear. But sometimes the shadow is your greatness, your joy, your light. And you've buried it. Because at some point in your life, shining too brightly got you hurt. So now, you shrink. You dim your light. You downplay your wins. And when something finally starts to feel good, you destroy it. So you don't have to wait for the world to destroy it for you. But let's be brutally honest. That's not protection. That's prediction. You are trying to control the ending of a story that hasn't even finished. And the cost is your own joy. What would happen if you allowed yourself to feel good and stayed there? What if you believed you could succeed without crashing? What if you didn't interpret happiness as a setup for betrayal? Hendricks says your job is to raise your internal thermostat. to get comfortable feeling good for longer periods of time. Not because it'll protect you from pain, but because it will finally teach your nervous system that you're allowed to feel safe when life is good. You've built an entire personality around anticipating loss, around proving you're not a burden, around staying small so no one targets you. But you're not that scared child anymore. You can give yourself permission to feel joy without self-punishment. That starts with awareness. It starts with watching yourself when things are going well. Are you waiting for the other shoe to drop? Are you picking fights to relieve anxiety? Are you looking for cracks just to prove yourself, right? And when you notice it, pause. Don't react. Don't spiral. Don't run. Just breathe. Your joy is not a lie. Your peace is not a fluke. Your love is not a setup. It's your baseline trying to shift, but only you can let it. So I'll ask you now, are you ready to stop fearing your own light? Are you ready to stop preparing for tragedy and start preparing for growth? Because the truth is this: happiness is not the absence of pain. It's the presence of freedom. And every time you sabotage it, you're choosing the prison of familiarity over the risk of liberation. But here's your chance to change the pattern. You don't have to run anymore. You don't have to destroy what you love just because you're afraid it won't last. Let it last. Let it in. Let yourself be happy. You are allowed. But you are allowed isn't just a nice phrase. Because when you really let that in, you're allowed to be happy. Everything changes. You stop waiting for permission from people who never learned how to love you right. You stop trying to earn rest by burning yourself out first. You stop proving your worth by suffering for it. That's what most of us are doing, isn't it? Suffering as proof, as identity, as currency. You stay in the toxic relationship because at least it feels familiar. You overwork until you collapse because praise feels like love. You isolate when things go well because joy feels suspicious. But that's not life. That's a trauma response on autopilot. That's a nervous system that learned long ago: if I shine, I get hurt. If I speak, I get punished. If I'm seen, I'll be left. And so, you hide behind chaos. You choose pain over uncertainty. You choose loneliness over the risk of intimacy. And here's the brutal truth: if you don't heal from what broke you, you will sabotage everything that tries to bless you. Because blessings feel dangerous when pain is your baseline. But it doesn't have to be like this forever. You can choose different. Not overnight, not perfectly, but moment by moment, one breath at a time. It starts by catching yourself. When you're about to send that text you know will start a fight. When you're about to ghost someone who actually cares. When you're about to quit the project you've dreamed of for years. Pause. Ask yourself, what am I protecting right now? Your pride? Your ego? Your fear of being hurt again? Or maybe it's the scared little version of you, the one who still believes joy is unsafe. Talk to them. Let them know. We're not in survival mode anymore. We don't have to destroy the good before it disappears. We don't have to shrink just to stay safe. Let joy be unfamiliar. Let peace feel awkward at first. Let happiness feel like a new language you're still learning. And learn it. Fluently. Repeat it until your nervous system no longer thinks calm means danger. Until your heart no longer assumes love means abandonment. Until your mind no longer panics when life finally feels easy. That's not laziness. That's healing. That's what it means to expand beyond your upper limit. You are not here to prove your pain. You are here to feel fully alive. And being alive means risking joy. It means letting things be good, without sabotaging them just to feel in control. It means trusting that not everything good ends in disaster. Some things just begin and get better. So, when that voice shows up, the one that says, "This won't last," answer it with this: "Maybe not. But that's no reason not to enjoy it while it's here." Because life isn't about avoiding loss. It's about fully living before it happens. And maybe that's what happiness really is. Not a perfect life, not constant joy, but the radical decision to stop running from the moments that feel good. You don't need to sabotage anymore. You just need to stay. So if you've ever felt like you're stuck in a cycle of almost getting what you want, only to pull back at the last moment, know this: you're not alone. We all carry invisible limits, written by past pain, fear, and doubt. But the moment you start noticing them is the moment they start losing power. If any part of this spoke to you, share your thoughts in the comments. What's one thing you've caught yourself sabotaging, even when you knew it mattered to you? Let's talk about it.